Hi
Hi
guys.
guys.
Welcome to our first official episode of
My
My
Kind
Kind
of
of
Women.
Women. This is so exciting. So we are gonna go right ahead and just kick the episode off right away. We went on Instagram and asked you guys to ask us a few questions.
Right.
Anything regarding wellness and lifestyle. Literally anything you guys want. Yeah, we're a little shy.
Yeah,
A little shy.
we were very limited on the stuff that we got, but I think it'll be exciting to kind of see it as we grow, the questions that we get asked. So we're gonna jump right into the first question.
Okay, let's go. Well, one of the first questions that we got was what helps you guys stay consistent? And honestly, I feel like with staying consistency, it's more about dedication. Like, it's honestly just about even when you don't want to, just having that dedication to be like, you know what, even though I really don't want to right now, I'm going. Like,
Right.
pushing yourself to do it anyways.
Right.
Because if you're not consistent within something like fitness, you're really just not going to get the results that you're wanting to get. And I think that's where there's a lot of like misunderstanding within like the fitness world or even within personal training and having clients is if you're not consistent, you know, inside of our training sessions, outside of our training sessions, going to the gym consistently, or even, you know, staying consistent with like meals and how you eat.
Yeah.
It really is up to you. But I think consistency is just the fact of doing it even when you don't want to.
Right.
Just having that mindset.
And I think also consistency, but also like having a good, balanced, healthy relationship with the gym.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's hard for us to get angry at ourselves if we don't go, or get angry at ourselves, you know, if we have a bad workout. But finding that good balance between ourselves and our rest, but also the gym, so that, you know, when we actually do go to the gym, we want to be there and not have a toxic relationship with the gym. I think it's very important to have a good, healthy relationship with the gym.
I agree.
Because then you are embracing the beauty of being in the gym and not so much stressed out about
And
being
you're not
there.
making it like a job necessarily.
Right.
Like it's just something that's part of your day. Like
Exactly.
it just becomes part of your day to where it's like, you know, oh, I have to get this done. You know, it's like you said, it's something healthy that you
Right.
kind of just do. And I think that really helps, just like exactly like you said, building a good relationship with the gym, like understanding that it's okay to miss a day, you know, obviously like allow your body to rest. But just kick back up and get back to it the next day.
Yeah.
Like, don't be hard on yourself for missing. Like,
Right.
just know that you can go back tomorrow, you know?
And I think also knowing that like your body grows and changes at rest. So like when we are home and we didn't go, don't be hard on yourself, but understanding, okay, like my body is telling me to rest. I will hit it hard tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think both of us have a very healthy relationship in the gym, and that's why we like to be there. But I wouldn't lie if I didn't have a moment of feeling like
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to be there.
Well, there's even like, I feel like times or like phases that I go through too, where I feel like I'm not as consistent in the gym. Like, especially I feel like being women and like, you know, obviously having like our periods and like being on our cycles, like we
Right.
feel so fatigued and like our body just aches. So during that time, it's really hard for me to be consistent in the gym.
Right.
But I feel like it's also like your body needs movement. It's so healthy for you. It's so knowing that like, you know, it's good for like my brain, for my heart, for my liver, like that it's so much more than just having a nice physique.
Exactly.
You know,
I
like
think
it's my health.
Right. And that's like what our whole motto is in this whole podcast, is understanding that, you know, fitness isn't so much just the physical, but the mental.
Because it's honestly,
know,
if
the
you think about it,
spiritual.
like there's obviously, yes, there's so much physical that goes into working out because you are moving your body.
Right.
But the mental is so much tougher, because I feel like that mental is like where we get this question: how do you stay consistent in the
Right.
gym? Because you have to beat that mentality of, oh, I can't, I don't want to. And instead thinking like, no, I can, I will, I am, you know,
am.
like speaking more positively
to
versus
yourself.
saying that I can't, I don't. So I would, you know.
Right. And even just like when you're actually in the gym, you could start something and be like, oh gosh, this is not my day. But just kind of finding something to do, something you enjoy. If you had leg day planned and you don't feel like it, as long as you're there, jump rope.
Yeah.
Do the Stairmaster.
Hop on the treadmill.
Hop on the
literally
bike.
Do anything. And I've done that sometimes. Like sometimes where I'm just like, I really don't want to be here. It's nice because at our gym, they have like an outside gym as well. And like I will go outside and I will hop on that bike and I'll do like 30 minutes and I die.
Yeah. But
it's
great.
also just like such a switch in like environment. And then it really does help because I feel like just being outside and like the fresh air and stuff is like, okay, I'm not in a gym environment.
And I also think it's like changing it up because you don't have to be in the gym. You could go outside, you could run, you could do Pilates, you could do yoga, you could do kickboxing. I think finding what works for you is how you can stay consistent in the gym.
It's just remaining active.
Right. And the next question we have is, do you guys drink alcohol at all? And if not, how did you guys stop to benefit your fitness journey? And let me just give a little disclaimer. We're not alcohol drinkers. Like, we do not drink much at all. I was never introduced into the alcohol drinking life except for these past few years. Yeah. And honestly, it's really not consistent at all.
And I feel like that was more so, like, it wasn't like that we even drank, you know, honestly, like as going out, because I feel like she said, you know, we're really not drinkers to begin with, so that was kind of an easy thing. Not to say we haven't drank ever, but I just feel like it's never something that interests us.
Yeah, and I think that, like, you know, it would be harder for those who actually were deep into alcohol and something that we just weren't and never have been. So I think that this would be...
But I think it's just one of those things, though, that you kind of have to, like, pick and choose what you're going to prioritize in your life. Because I feel like it's one of those things where you kind of have to find a balance, you know? Like, I mean, you know, do you think, like, having a drink every single day is necessary?
Right.
Which probably not. Because when it comes down to fitness, drinking is going to be something that's going to stop you from your goals.
Yeah, it
really is.
It's going to stunt all of the different, like, goals that you have going on. A lot of the times it takes about a week to fully get back. Even if you feel fine, your fitness goals are completely at a halt.
It is, and it's a muscle
with the amount of alcohol. Exactly, with the amount of alcohol that you drink.
Also, like, you know, not to say it's like a huge issue, but it's something that you know that is stopping you from advancing within your fitness goals.
Right.
You know, I would just say, like, limit to yourself to where maybe you're not drinking throughout the week. Like, week is grind time, right? Unless you have some type of, like, birthday or social event that you know that you're going to. And even those, know that you don't have to drink at those.
Right,
like,
no.
You do not have to have a drink to be social or to have fun. Like, it really isn't necessary. But also maybe just doing, like, you know, something like a 75 hard challenge, you know, where you put yourself to it. And not to say you don't have to ever drink again, you know, like there are times where you can drink and it be like a social interaction, or you're out and you want to dance and have a good time with your girls. Like, by all means, enjoy that. But I think maybe it's just like a thing of pushing yourself to know that if I have goals of getting my body to be this way or my health to be this way, and I know that alcohol is something that's kind of stepping in the way of that, then push yourself, you know, have that determination to know that you don't need to drink, or it's not something that's necessary, because how, you know, for us, it's not something that we typically do ever, daily, honestly.
Right. And I think just having that mindset that you can get to where you need to be if you do put your mind to it. 100%. And I think a lot of people struggle with that idea that alcohol is something that they can't let go of. But and this is just my opinion, I think that it is just a mindset thing.
Yeah,
and I think if you're able to change your mindset and change your goals and change your surroundings.
Yes.
I think that's a big thing, is changing the people that are around you, changing the activities, mostly just the people you choose to surround yourself around.
Because honestly, anybody that has like good intentions for you or wants you to succeed within whatever goals it is that you have, whether that being completely sober or even just not drinking when you don't want to drink, you know, any friend that truly loves you is going to be supportive of that choice.
Exactly.
They're not going to be like, oh, like,
exactly. And that's, you know? And that's not us saying don't go out, don't have fun, don't do your thing, but
or cut off those friends. It's
don't cut off the friends that drink because you don't drink. But it's to say, if you have the goal of not trying to drink and your friends are persuading you or like almost peer pressuring you into doing those things when you voice that you don't want to,
Yeah.
those may not be the friends that you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
But
Or even just like, maybe establishing those boundaries with them that
Right.
like, hey, I'm trying to get my life on this track. Like, I'm trying to accomplish these goals that I have. Because at the end of the day, like, we are all adults. At the end of the day, we do have that choice,
Right, we
It's
do.
up to us to be like, no, I do want that drink, or no, I don't want that
Right,
drink, at the
exactly.
end of the day. So I feel like, and this is just my opinion once again, it's like, I don't feel like we can always put the blame on our friends, because at the end of the day, we are adults,
correct. No, for sure.
But also, I think it's just letting your friends know, because even like for me, like my decision to not drink anymore, and it's just being like, well, so many social events revolve around drinking. But I also am so lucky that I have friends that are like, no, dude, I totally understand
Don't
that.
do it. Exactly,
like,
yeah.
don't do it. Like, it's not an issue for me to be around it. It's just not my cup of tea anymore.
Yeah,
Okay, guys. So we have a few more questions. So next question is, how did we get into personal training? So
That's a good one.
I know it is. So honestly, so I got into personal training. I've always been an active girly. Like, I've always loved working out. I've always been really into fitness. And then I really like hardcore got into fitness probably about like 3 years ago, which is when I got my training license. But it just gave me the idea, because I've never been a girl that was, into working your typical 8 to 5 job. Like, it just wasn't for me, because it was too stagnant. Like, I didn't like the fact of like sitting in an office and sitting down, and I just needed to move my body around. And then just being in the gym, girls would always come up to me and be like, do you do personal training? Like, you look so good. Like, do you have any tips? And then it just came to my mind, and I was like, I should do personal training.
Yeah.
Like, why don't I get into this?
Right.
So that was kind of like my start of getting into personal training. So then, I did the schooling for it. I got my license in training, nutrition, pro athletic trainer, and then training with injury. And I kind of just started taking clients from there on. And if I'm going to be honest, like, I feel like the schooling did teach me a lot, but I feel like just learning from experience is what taught me the most with that.
Absolutely.
But it was honestly just a thing of like me knowing that I'm not a girl that can work a 5 to 8 job, and I just had to make something of myself other than that. Like,
Yeah,
I
literally.
can't. And I can't sit still, girl.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not for me.
No, I feel that. I think for me, I always did sports when I was younger. I played basketball, volleyball, and I ran track. And
She's an
track was my
athletic girly.
love. Track was my love. I went to college for track for a year, and it was just one of those things that I just always loved being active. And then when I had my daughter, I kind of stopped running. I couldn't really run anymore, obviously. So I tried to find my career in something that was still physical and active. And I got a job in physical therapy. And I worked in physical therapy for probably 2 years. And I loved it. So, and I think that it was one of those things that's what I thought I was going to do. Like,
You're like,
I
"This
was
is
like,
it."
this is it. And then I met my boyfriend, and he was a personal trainer. And I was like, you know what? All my teachers are all my families is teachers. Like, all of them are teachers. So I didn't want that for myself. I didn't want, like your typical 9 to 5.
No, I just couldn't.
And it was one of those things that it was nothing I ever really wanted, but once I met my boyfriend, it was like, okay, like maybe I
Try
can
it
take
out
this
and
jump,
see. Yeah.
and I was like, let me just use him as kind of like a mentor, and I learned so much. So I got all my certification, and I just started training. Started training back in 2019, and it was one of those things that once COVID hit, I was literally training like in parks.
No, literally, because you couldn't go
There's no
anywhere.
gyms.
Yeah.
But I found like that was when I really knew this is what I wanted to do, because I stuck through it. I didn't end up
Yeah.
quitting and trying to find something
Well,
different.
and I think like the love for personal training too, is that there's always new information coming in. There's always new
Exactly.
workouts. Like, it's
And you
always
learn.
changing. You're always learning so much, and I love that, because my brain's always being stimulated, and like it works for me.
Yeah. And I think that like once I like found that this was what I wanted to do, I kind of continued, and I've been doing it ever since. And kind of the same thing as Sarah, like I learned so much from experience, and through these past years I've learned so much and I love it more. I tried to find a niche in just like athletic training, but I found that I'm just best in lifestyle training with any age, mostly women, but I do have one male client and he's great. But it's just one of those things that I think that you don't realize something was meant for you.
No, literally.
And it just like fell into my hands, and now I love it. And but
Girl,
I
if
also
you told
like
me I thought I was going to do personal training,
exactly.
I would have been like,
I'd have been like, girl. And I think that it's something so funny how we found each other, because we both were trainers and we didn't even know it.
No, literally had no idea. Like,
and we've heard of each other. Like I had heard of you through other people, but I was like,
I heard of her through like social media, and I was like, oh my god, like she's so pretty. Like,
right. And then that's another thing is like, here we are, like we post our workout content and stuff, and I think that that's just something that we've always wanted. And so yeah, that's kind of how we got into training.
Yeah,
it's been so fun.
It literally just a life journey, quite literally.
Literally, it just like fell into our laps.
No, literally did though.
And I think that people are just made for it, and people are not made for it. And you can tell.
Hard thing to do.
And you can tell in the gym those who are made for it and those who are not. And I think that Sarah and I were very much made for training. We love it so much. We love making people feel better about themselves and more confident in themselves. And
because we don't just see the training as like something as like a physical, oh, we're showing you how to work out. Like we are talking you through like the mental, parts of personal training, because it can be really hard on your mental.
Rough.
Like
it can be rough. I mean, some of my clients, we have therapy sessions.
Oh yeah, girl.
During the training sessions.
Those personal training sessions are therapy sessions.
So great.
You got your fitness and you got your therapy.
And everyone needs a little bit of both. So
no, you do. It's a little R&R.
So next question we have is our favorite cardio. This is kind of a fun question.
It is a fun question because there's so many like variations.
Right, and I think that everyone has a different form of cardio. So my form of cardio is not Sarah's form of cardio, and Sarah's form of cardio is not someone else's form of cardio. But my form of cardio would be sprints, and I know that's not everyone's.
Oh, girl, it ain't for the weak.
But I did run track, so I love going to a track. And it doesn't matter if you're fast or slow. You could be the slowest person. But
it's literally just getting that heart rate up.
Getting out there in that fresh air at a beautiful track with like just beautiful grass is the most beautiful thing. And it's also not physically like on your body, but your mental is so good.
Oh yeah.
Being outside in that fresh air, and I just love that. But I also will do like hits outside, or like I love sprints on the treadmill, an incline walk.
Incline walks are really nice.
Yeah.
And I feel like honestly, even like for like me, like the type of cardio, because I love movement. Like I love like getting sweaty, like because it really like lets me know that I am getting the job done.
Right, exactly.
And so like I'm not a runner. I don't have the lungs to be a runner. No. I don't. So like recently my form of cardio that I've gotten into has been boxing.
Yes.
And I love it. Like not only does it make me feel so badass, but it's like I'm learning a whole other technique, and I love that. And so like literally, so my cardio, and I do love HIIT workouts as well. Like HIIT workouts are really good. Like sleds, love sleds. They kill me, but I love those. So honestly, anything for me is like, I love boxing. I will hop on the Stairmaster. I love to jump rope. I may not be the best at it,
jump rope is
but
fun.
We're doing it.
I love boxing. I think I took a class every Monday.
It's such a good workout.
So fun. I feel like because you don't feel like you're doing cardio. Like I love a good Stairmaster moment, but it's not always the most fun thing because you're just standing on, and
you're kind of just dreading getting through it.
About the time. Whereas when you're in a boxing class, like you don't even think about the time. It just flies and you're having.
Because it's almost like you're having fun. Like it's just like. It's like taking a class, and it's just like, it's fun because I'm doing all these movements. I don't necessarily think I'm doing that active, like of a cardio routine. Exactly. But then you look down and you're like, oh my God, I burned those many calories. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
So I think that really just find anything that's good for you, something that works for you, and just stick with it.
And something that's fun. Like make it fun. Yeah, literally, like you can even like hiking. Like hiking's really good. If you have a dog, taking your dog on a walk or a run,
And if you're a distance girly, which is not me, I'm
Couldn't
actually
be.
going to start training for a half
Oh, yes.
marathon.
You
in
were telling me
October,
that. She's
which
a
is
marathon
not-
girly.
which is not my cup of tea. But we are trying to get into the groove of trying something new.
No, literally.
And I think that it's good to switch it up. I mean, I've been so used to the sprints and stuff and track. And I've done the boxing, I've done the jump ropes, the hits, and I just like
You
feel
need
like it's
something
time
new
to
and
switch it
fresh.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I don't literally run my ass off, but we'll see.
But I think, she said, we'll see. I think it'll be fun,
But-
though, because I feel like, honestly, when it comes to cardio, you kind of have to switch it up and find new things, because if not, you are dreading it. Like, when I was in prep and having to do the Stairmaster twice a day, like,
That's
I never want to step on that again. Like, I can't right now. So, and I feel like when you get stagnant within workouts like that, it almost, like, what's the word I'm looking for, discourages you to, like, oh, well, I don't want to do it, you know? But when you find something new that you like,
Right.
that is cardio, it's like, oh, I can do this every day. Like the boxing, like I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Like I'm loving it. And I don't
And then
even
you
realize.
do it, and then you don't like it, and you switch to something
Switch
else.
to something else.
Like,
There's so many things that you can do
Yeah.
for cardio.
Yeah.
There really is. The casual girl. Okay, guys. So we have one last question before we end today's episode. So this question was, how do you deal with anxiety in the gym? So I know this is a lot of thing, especially that like with my clients and stuff, and honestly, even for myself, when I first started going to the gym, it's like I'm in this new place where there's people who know what they're doing. You don't quite understand form yet, so you feel a little embarrassed, a little shy, and it makes you a little bit anxious. But honestly, when it really comes to the gym, I think it's just understanding that everybody is in there for themselves and nobody's really paying attention to you at the end of the day. Like, even though you may feel like eyes are on you or you feel like that sense of like somebody's judging you,
Right.
truly, I promise you, nobody is paying attention to you. They really aren't. And I think it's just one of those things where it's like you just have to keep going and get through it, because I feel like that anxiety is one of those things that stops a lot of people from going into fitness and meeting those goals, where it's just like you just have to do it. Like you just have to go in there and overcome it. Put on a good music that you like, zone out, like get in your zone. A cute outfit, exactly. Or even if you have to go to like the areas of the gym where are a little bit quieter, set up your own space, literally where there's not too many people, where you don't feel so front and center, and do your own thing, you know?
Okay, guys, that is the end of the first episode. We are so excited for you guys to hear so much more from us. If you guys have any questions or any tips that you guys would like from us regarding fitness or wellness, please drop it down below. Go ahead and click the bell to get notified and comfy for the next episode of My Kind of Women.